Perseverance means you keep striving until you conquer. You only lose when you give up. My friends, we never give up. We continue striving each and every day, 10 to 15 minutes. We will track these charts. We will become charting masters. All we ask is that you stick with it. You can do this. And we are trying to figure out a way to get these charts. There we go. Being able to at least start seeing something here with this big down week. You remember last week we saw things slow down and then we saw things flip over. I said it's a big down week. Not that we got a big candle, but after all these weeks of taking profit and moving up, to see us go into the red. Now we've gone ahead at the end of the week with this red candle to give us something to try to look at next week. We've gone ahead and hooked things up to our 2-day chart for the weekly trend. It's not the weekly trend, it's the 2-day trend, but when the week starts, we'll see how weak or strong it starts, depending on where it is on this trend line. Then we'll endeavor, as it starts, to redraw it. But we did have a little bit of a down day, just 0.06% on the S&P, but enough for us to end the week with a down week. And of course, I have now switched all of my those of you who use TradingView all the time, on the right of the screen, not on your screen, but is my list of stocks, the stock symbols and all that, and the little flags there. Well, the flags were all green until this week. They've all gone red. In fact, Bitcoin, I guess, was already red, but the rest of them, gold, 20-year bonds, NASDAQ 100, and the S&P have now gone into the red. Price on the 2-day chart below, price on the half-day chart below. We are seeing a change in trend. Look at the volume. It's right at average as it was last week with that little bitty candle. You can see the volume on these weeks where we had decent size. The only one that outweighed the volume that we have as far as average goes is the week beginning the 20th of June. And then, of course, things fueled and moved up. But we can see that, again, volume is telling us that, it is moving down. Now let's move on to the NASDAQ 100. We use the 2-day chart again to try to give us something to look at. And we can, of course, see that we have a red down candle, 2-day charts below it, half-day charts below this new trend line that we have drawn, down 0.64%. And again, it's important because we haven't seen a red candle since things turned around back on March the 13th. Got our first decent green up candle the following week, March the 20th. These are starting dates of the week. And of course, I know on the S&P it was over 12%, probably about the same on the NASDAQ 100. I just can't remember. Let's move on to 20-year bonds, down again for the day, 0.23%. We saw things moving down yesterday afternoon and moved down on Friday. Again, not super strong down movement. You can see all this volume, though, where it peaked at the bottom. And we had above average volume going down this week. So we are in a downtrend, and we have been for 3 weeks. Now that we've completed this week. But remember how sloppy it got in here. We weren't trusting the charts at all. Now they seem to be giving us some more reliability. And again, we go to gold. Gold was flat for the day. You look at the Heikin-Ashi candlesticks here. You can't really tell that, but we're looking at where it opened, where it closed, and gold was flat. Now we do have down candles when we look at the 2-day chart. What is that? 6-5 down candles, 10 days of down movement. Week before this one, we had a doji after 3 weeks of some up movement. And of course, this week is a red down candle. We will wait to reset our trend line properly on Monday when the markets open and we see what the opening is here. Also, great training for all of you at the end of today's video. I'm going to be putting in there for you our Heikin-Ashi candlestick training. If you don't understand Heikin-Ashi candlesticks real well, we've got one for you. It is outstanding. It is a video explaining Heikin-Ashi candlesticks and why we use them. Of course, it means average pace, something like that in Japanese. That's what it shows us. And again, it uses averages of some of these price movements so you can see what's really going on and filter out a lot of the noise you get with regular candlesticks. That's why we use them, have used them for years, and love them. Are they perfect? No, nothing is perfect, but they help us really see what the mood of the market is. In gold, it's down. Now, let's see what's up with Bitcoin. Got about a flat line here. Doesn't do a lot for us. For the day, down 0.11%. Nothing for Bitcoin. You can see where it's just sitting right there on the line on the 2-day, a little bit below it on the half-day. And of course, that weekly trend is about flat. I will be giving you a little more insight, those of you who will tune in to Charting Cryptos, Commodities, and Currencies. We cover some interesting commodities there for you. They are ETFs. You can find ETFs on those to trade, as well as currencies. You can find currency ETFs also. That is like the British pound, the Swiss franc, the Japanese yen, the Canadian dollar, Australian dollar, and of course the euro. So check that out. You'll find it at our YouTube channel. I'm about to free that up. Up until this point, it's been reserved for our Patreon members, but we do share that one thing on Fridays with you. Now, the 3-wave trades and the weekly vertical crossovers, those are proprietary to our Patreon members that help underwrite the cost of the channel. And we so appreciate you. If you're not a Patreon member, you need to be one. First thing you get when you sign up, besides the goodies I was just explaining, is our 3-part series, Options Made Simple, the Charting Wealth Way. If you're interested in learning how to practice trade options, you will love it. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters. We got a lot of negativity, and we're short. God bless.